Yes, and here I am. Hey guys, it's 1 hour before midnight here in the European time zone, Central European time zone. And of course, I have something to deliver here in my personal challenge, in the Mindset March challenge, where I'm giving you every day a glimpse of Bob Proctor's wisdom. He is the master of self-development, and I want to honor him. He's an absolute leader, and he was an absolute leader, he still is, and also a leader in live video, live broadcasting. And this is what I'm also really admiring about Bob Proctor. And today I am talking to you about your superpowers. And these superpowers can also be taught or also be explained as mental faculties. Bob Proctor explains it like this. And what can you do to enhance these mental faculties? Yeah, so here, what is that? So I will dive into it right now, and let me just present you what I have worked on for you to present you. And this is basically it. Oops. And oops. What has this been here? Okay. Sorry. So here you go. Just take this here. This is the 6 superpowers that I want to present to you today. This is number 1 here, the stick person that I have already showed you. Let us repeat what is the stick person. It consists of a conscious part, of a subconscious part, and a body part that is in the vibration. And the part that we will focus on right now, also with these mental faculties, is the conscious part, the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is connected with the sensitory factors, the seeing, the hearing, the smelling, the tasting, the touching. So these are all outside sensations that are fed into our conscious mind. We all are aware of this, but here also comes in the mental faculties. And the mental faculties are 6, and let me just explain these to you right now in this little presentation. So the first mental faculty is imagination. Your imagination creates the fantasies and allows you to create something out of nothing. So it is what you use to take something that is non-physical and turn it into something physical. When you create an image of something you want in your mind, you've raised your frequency of thought and to that level that you're capable of doing or getting it. However, many times we use this faculty to the wrong way, by imagining bad things or what we don't want to happen actually. And so therefore the key for imagination is to learn to use our imagination consciously and purposely to create the experiences that we want most in our life. That is the imagination. And how can you enhance it? So, for example, take a break from daily tasks each day to relax and let your mind wander. So this thing here, imagination, that is the thing that, of course, only humans can do. And we tend to forget about it and just stay on the realistic things here. Without imagination, there is no creation. And what I read, what I really liked, so if you don't create, so you can also not be the leader of your life. So you have to accept that somebody else is leading you and is the superstar in your movie, and you want to be the superstar in your own life movie, right? Next superpower, it's the will. The will gives you the ability to hold one picture on the screen of your mind. And it is letting all the outside distractions away and for your attention through the physical senses. It gives you the ability to concentrate, focus your attention on this one thing. Many people have trouble staying focused. They bounce around from one thing to another. Actually, everybody of us, isn't it? So with all the devices around us and all the outside stimuli and outside news, of course, no wonder we bounce around. And however, we will then however, when we use the will as it was designed to be used, our thoughts become more powerful, and therefore we have a more sustained concentration, allows us to get a lot done in a shorter time. And so how can we enhance the will? So if you knew without a shadow of a doubt, that's a question now, that your will alone could change your present circumstances, what would have the discipline? Would you have the discipline on focusing on the good? So that's the question. If everything would go in your way, would you have the will to really think of that all the time? And so this would be the exercise that you have to do. And so the next one is the intuition. Intuition picks up vibrations and translates them. It's your small voice inside of you. And also I found this here, intuition is God's way of talking to you. It's the small voice inside that speaks your truth. It also gives you the ability to pick up other people's thoughts and to read their energy. As you learn to turn down the volume of the noise around and turn up the volume of your intuition, your life will become fuller and you will feel more connected to others. And the exercise of getting in touch with your intuition, it is intuitive it is like that you are just stop and listen. It's hard to tune in to your inner wisdom if you are constantly busy. So therefore stop and really listen to the voices that speak to you from your intuitive mind, from your superpower, the intuition. So as you are watching this right now, I'm going through the superpowers, your mental faculties that are connected with your conscious mind and that you can enhance and that you should know about, because if you're not knowing about them, so you cannot really use them to your full potential. And so one thing about intuition also, intuitive messages are subtle and can fade from your conscious mind very quickly. So the idea is to write them down and record them immediately so you can act on them right away. Because just a question to you, at the end of the day, sometimes have you noticed that when you made different decisions, you acted on like a very decision that you changed many times, that your first intuition was the right one, that you thought either you didn't do it or you did it and you thought, okay, it was the right thing. The first thing, I thought so many things, but the first intuition was the right one. So think about that. So the next superpower that I'm presenting to you is the memory. And so let's tell this from the start. There is no such thing as a bad memory. So memory is the faculty by which the mind stores and remembers information. So of course we use it with all the devices around us, so we can look something up in Google on the internet. Of course, that is not necessarily strengthening our muscle of also memorizing things. But on the other hand, if we use it like a muscle and develop our memory. For example, also memorizing names and really going through the world and having going with our senses through the world, memorizing it better, then we can really increase it to a phenomenal degree. And if you want to enhance your memory, I think there are a lot of things out there how you can memorize it, but everything with the memory involves the senses and also imagination. So imagine, like crazy things that are then getting a story in your mind and that help you then to memorize things better. And here it says, for example, if you want to remember somebody's name, then it may help to look them in the eye straight, to repeat their name and offer a handshake. In these times, sometimes not that easy, but this means that you're looking, you're listening, you're having a sensation, a touching sensation. So the more senses that are involved, the more likely it is to memorize things. What is the next faculty? How did you like it, by the way? If you have any comment, let me know. Of course, I am here and I'm interested what you think. And I can also react on your comment right away. The next faculty that I'm going to show you is the reason. The reason is what we use to think, to analyze, to compare, and to evaluate ideas. So that is our main faculty when we think about conscious activity, right? So our faculty of reason is what we use to think, to analyze, to compare, and evaluate ideas. Thinking is our highest function, and the reason is the ability to think and choose what information we accept, stir up, and use to come up with brand new ideas. And of course, the thinking is a very important faculty. However, if you want to enhance thinking, the idea is actually to go for or to enhance the reason with being unreasonable. So practice being unreasonable. Most people think being unreasonable means sacrificing their own dreams and goals out of fear of disappointing somebody, fear of being laughed at, fear of going against the status quo. However, neuroscience has shown that we only use 5% of our brain. And so if you venture into uncharted territories, so there is a lot of space in your brain, obviously. So 95% in our brains unused. So write down the ways you do brainstorms and whatever. So the idea is to do things, however, that are unreasonable and to widen your potential. And then relax and use reason to come up with a list of new ideas and strategies to get what you want. That are the mental faculties, the superpowers that you can use. There's one missing. There's number 6 missing, and this is the perception. The perception is your point of view. It controls what you become aware of. And so there is this nice sentence that I just looked up. So we are not seeing with our eyes, we are seeing through our eyes. And for that reason, we often see things that aren't there. And so the perception is exactly this. We are seeing with our perception, we have this point of view, and it controls what we are aware in our environment and how we want to see it. And there is a duality in everything. There is good, there is bad, there is, we can actually decide what we want to see. And there is front and back, up and down, in and out. And we always have to choose what focus we want to change, what we want to take, and also in our daily social commitments, of course, it's good to take the perception of the others. It's not always their fault if they, just try to get the other perception. It also strengthens this mental faculty a lot. Yeah, and I've read this too. In the subconscious mind, perception determines what we become aware of. And two main criteria determine what gets through. First, what agrees with our beliefs and what our mind believes is important to us. So the perception in a way, and also what we see, of course, is also then not necessarily clear for us at the moment, because there's a subconscious part as well. A singular perception in your life can prohibit your growth. A different one can exponentially expand it, keep shifting your position until you find that one, and then stay there and, of course, still be open. Yeah, this is the mental faculty presentation that I wanted to show, but it's not that I'm leaving you without the context. And now comes the famous moment when you will see Daniel here as the son of a teacher. And so I couldn't do it without here introducing this new tool here. And this is my virtual board here. I have shown you in the last 7 days the fundamentals of Bob Proctor's mindset. Mindset teachings, and one of that is the most important thing is the stick person. The stick person is a symbol that shows that what is going inside of us is always reflected in our outside results. And let me show you what this means, and also how the superpowers, how your mental faculties play in, and how you then can connect and enhance your superpowers to also connect your results at the end. So let's start with the stick person. Here we have the wrong color first. So let's go like in school with a white chalk. And here is the stick person. It is divided in here, the conscious part in the subconscious part, and then this is the body. So you have here the connection to your sensory factors. So you see, you smell, you taste, you touch. What did I forget? So you hear, see, smell, taste, and touch. So we have 5 sensory factors that are basically fed in here. And then you have, of course, the connection with your thoughts, with your feelings, and here with your actions. And these actions determine the results. Here we go. Now understand that the mental faculties are in the in the conscious part. So we are talking about here the mental faculties in the conscious part. And if we think about if we talk about the thinking mind, we can get the thinking, or we can classify the thinking mind through these qualities. First, they are connected through the senses. That's okay. So we are all connected, and we know if it rains outside, if we see something, if we hear something, that is going to the conscious part. The conscious part can accept, reject, and originate. And then it can be sharpened. And here now the repetition of the information from the conscious part goes into the subconscious mind. So the subconscious part here, I make this in rows here, it sets the vibration, and the subconscious part accepts all. So everything that is fed in, the subconscious part is accepted from the conscious part, and most important, what is then repeated and what is emotional from the conscious part. So, and I make now a heart here, so you see it, that goes into the subconscious part as well. But of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be a heart. So it could also be anger, grief, or something that goes into the subconscious part. And so what does it mean now if we are talking about these mental faculties? Let's go back to the presentation that I just had. So the perception, that is such an important mental faculty because it decides if you want to see the things from the bad side or from the positive sides, or accept that things are as they are. Maybe you have the possibility to just take the good, even though it might seem a bad situation, and then use that also for your long-term mental health in this regard. The imagination, also, we talked about this, has the great possibility that you can imagine the things that you would like to happen and put yourself into the vibration. So if you're thinking about these things on and on, this will have an impact on your subconscious mind. Also the will, if you're staying with the thought, if you're concentrated on a thing, if you're not getting this unfocused about something, this will also have an impact. If you memorize the things, it will also have an impact because repetition is directly going into the subconscious part. And so the reasoning, of course, how you make your list of possibilities, how you expand your logic, that also has an impact then on what goes in the subconscious part. Here we go again. And so just wanted to put this into perspective. This has here the mental faculties. Here I put this in yellow. This has a indirect connection to the conscious part, and here then the repetition and the emotional information trickles down into your subconscious part. And what does it mean if you are in a vibration your subconscious mind helps you to get into a certain vibration? Your body will be in this frequency, in the certain action, and will achieve the results or get the results. I say it could be positive or negative. Of course, this is the thing. This is the theory. So and also the practice. So I've shown you that repeatedly negative thoughts will lead to something. So that was a little bit theoretic now, but on the other hand, I really wanted to give you the picture here, the full picture, and hope you liked it. Yeah, and so therefore I wanted to invite you to go into the 8th of March, World Women Day, inviting your superpowers. If you're male or female, we all have the superpowers, just like here an encouragement, especially for women to say, hey, you're the best, let it out. And so therefore I am also cheering you on, looking forward to sharing with you more insights, what I've learned from Bob Proctor, and what we can learn to enhance our mindset. Thank you very much for your attention. And so if you want to see this again, so you can see it on my YouTube channel, and you can also see the other six the 6 volumes, or how can we say, the 6 other live videos that I put on the YouTube channel. And also, not to forget, I will be hosting a webinar in a few days about everything I learned, and bring this all together. And if you're interested in that, so register to this webinar through scanning the QR code, leaving your email address, and then I will notify you when this webinar starts. So this was a very nice thing. I'm really happy that I could combine here the board here and also a nice presentation. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And so just remember, trying harder is not necessarily the solution for achieving more. So maybe it's another way to think. And we are living in these challenging times right now. So we're coming from one challenge, from one crisis into a next crisis. So much happening on the outside. We have just heard how important perception is in this regard, focus. And the way how you can go through this, rooted and strong, is through having a strong mindset. And so this is the key for achieving your goals, preserving your energy, or even letting more energy out, and making it sure that you live the life that you really want. And so you're not the actor of somebody else's movie. You are the actor of your own movie. So make it happen that you live the life that you really want. And also, if you're not there right now, if you think, okay, so never got this, it will never happen, but success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And so find this worthy ideal. I'm happy to help you with identifying this. And so we have now another 3 weeks to go. Looking forward, stay in touch, and looking forward to seeing you soon in the next live. Have a great time. Bye.